Wow. I don't remember that cutscene when I played this game many years ago. In fact, I don't remember seeing that cutscene last night when I booted this up. Anyway, good day, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, I noticed that it was the 10-year anniversary of Drive Club, and I've seen a lot of buzz on the interweb about it over the last few days, and I thought, that's in my library. I own that game. Even though I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was delisted from the store, so if you don't own it, you can no longer buy it, unless you buy maybe a copy on disc from a second-hand store somewhere, but I believe it's well and truly delisted. But I own it, so I decided to install it last night, and I played it, and I had such a good time with it, I decided to save the footage. Now, unfortunately, I didn't provide any commentary on that video. I did upload the footage to YouTube of some races that I did, some random races, but I'd never provided any commentary because I didn't foresee at the time that I was going to upload the video. But I decided to capture it because the PlayStation 5 is always recording in the background, and uploaded said 40 minutes worth of gameplay to the channel. But I'm going to do a follow-up video today because I want to show you how much content is in this game, because this game is unreal for me. Because if I go to, I mean, you've got Drive Club add-ons, which there's going to be nothing. You've got my profile, I'm level 17. Garage is where all my cars are going to be stored. But more importantly, what I want to show you today on this video is all the content that there seems to be. So you've obviously got your Drive Club, and then you've got your Drive Club bikes, which are added at a later date. I may do a race on a bike today, just as... depends how brave I feel. We'll see how it goes. But for now, let's jump into Drive Club. You've got single events, you've got random events, you've got multiplayer. Multiplayer is obviously dead. The one minor annoyance on this game is because this game, when it launched, was kind of like an always online game. In the sense of, for the social features, more than anything. You've got this ticker that every now and again comes up on the screen saying... unfortunately, it's something along the lines of cannot reach Drive Club servers. And that was because not because it was an open world racing game, but because it had social features built into the game, which at the time I thought had so much potential. But the game ultimately failed and got abandoned and neglected and delisted and whatnot. But these features were things like when you were going into a corner, you'd get prompted for a score that you had to beat that would belong to somebody else in the community, or even more closer to you, a friend who's on your leaderboards. And those features, as you can see in the top right up there, where you've got like a globe with two cables that are supposed to be connected, they're not connected because servers are no longer there. So anyway, if we go to the Drive Club tour, you've got things there that say coming soon. Obviously they're never going to come because the game is kind of dead in terms of additional content and whatnot. So those two DLCs never came and will never come. But you've got all these along here, and I couldn't believe it when I came on this last night and had a go with this, and I saw all these new events that you've got to do. I could not believe it. So the Drive Club 2 was the thing that launched with the base game that I initially started working through, and out of 1,080 stars, I've only got 52, 55. I can't make that out at the top. 52 gold stars, 55. Does that mean 55 potential that I could have got? That probably sounds about right. That I've got 50. Yeah, I've got 52. Potentially, I could have had 55 based on the events that I have actually done, and I've had a go at, where there may have been 3 stars up for grabs in the events, and I only got 2 of the 3. What I mean by that is if I go to, for example, an event I did last night, there, where it says I've only got 5 out of 6, or this one, where I've only got 2 out of 3, that's because if you go to it, you'll see there that finish in the top 3, which I did, lap time of 140 or less, which I did, but I didn't do the drift face-off of 650 points, so I didn't get a star. So that's what that I think means in the top left there, that potentially I had 55 stars up for grabs. So far I've only got 52. So this, going back just a step here, this is the Drive Club tour. Forget about all these other events, which kind of blew me away last night, how much content there was for me to still do. Because look at that, there's 46 stars up for grabs in that event, that event. Is it 46 or 45? Probably need to put my glasses. 45 it looks like, 45. It could be 46, I haven't got my glasses on, so... But I'm going to run with either 40, 45, 46. But that's a lot of stars up for grabs in them events, which makes me think there's a lot of races to be done there. And they're all themed. They've all got some kind of theme behind them, in terms of what, like that one obviously is going to be Lamborghini. Another Lamborghini, Midnight, not sure what that is. That's going to be Japanese, I would have thought Japanese tracks. That's going to be fast, high-powered cars. So, continuing with just the Drive Club tour for a second here, I've done all these, and according to my PlayStation dashboard, I mean, I'm playing this on a PS5, even though it's a PS4 game, but on my PS5, it's telling me that I've played 105 hours of this. I mean, 105 hours, and yet I've only done these events, these many events here. And I've still got a load more in the Drive Club tour, some of which are still locked in this one menu set alone until I get to them. So let's have a quick race on Best of British. I've done that. So let's have a race on let's have a look at this Audi Showdown. So objectives in this one to get 3 stars: finish in the top 2, time of 3:18 or less for a lap, and then drift face off of 750. So obviously it's an Audi event, so I can only pick an Audi car. I'm gonna go with this car. Let's keep the factory paint job. And even the intros to this game, where you get in the where you've kind of in first person, you get this snapshot of your driver getting in the car. Then it loads. The loading times aren't too bad, considering it's a PS4 game. And then you get this little bit of a montage of the track, of a flyover of the track, before you press X to start event. The presentation was on point. Everything about this was on point. I think it suffered a few delays. Because at the time there was no kind of Gran Turismo game looming for the PS4, so this was their only kind of stab at a racing game back on the PS4. But it was a new IP. It was from a guy who had got experience from working with Codemasters, I believe. I can't remember his second name. A guy named Paul. I'm seeing his second name in my head, but I don't want to butcher his second name by trying to pronounce it. So I can't remember if he worked for Codemasters before he did this. That's where his thoroughbred came from, or whether he went on to work for Codemasters after this kind of bombed. But it's a shame, really, because I think ultimately what led to the downfall of this game was the fact that it was delayed a few times, and then it launched and the servers are broke. There was missing features, like things like weather were missing. Some of the social features weren't present at launch. But hats off to them. They did turn it around. They did put the weather in. They did do some DLC for it. They introduced bikes for it, but it still didn't save it, unfortunately. But anyway, without further ado, let's get one race under our belt. Let's see how we do. I mean, it's quite arcadey. There's the ticker on the screen there telling you the problem with communicating with the Drive Club server, which you're going to get all the way through. I mean, it disappears after a while, then comes back every now and again. I'm sure it disappears. Yeah, there you go. The handling's quite arcadey. It's not a sim. It's an arcade circuit stroke, road racer. I won't say circuit racer because it's not all circuit races. There are point-to-point races, and some of the point-to-point races in it are brilliant, especially the ones in Scotland. And I remember, if I remember correctly, some of them were quite difficult because some of them were you'd got a certain time to beat, and they were quite long. The race, the point-to-point races were quite long. You got a time to beat. And oh damn it! And you wouldn't really know how well you were doing until you got to the end, and then you'd realise whether you ultimately had failed to beat that time or not. But you were still pushing, you were still fighting to do it. But there was like I remember doing one race on a Scotland track or a Scotland road point-to-point race where it started off light and when you finished the race it was dark. I've clearly forgot how to use my brakes here. I'm not usually this bad. If you watch my video from last night, you'll see that I'm not usually this bad. I've also not had my Weetabix this morning. I mean, I think I saw some other stuff about this when this launched, about it not being a 60 frames per second game back on the PS4 back in 2014-15 when it eventually launched, and it, you know, all that scandalous. You can't have a racing game that's not 60 frames. Racing games have all got to be 60. But I think people were forgetting that we were back in the early days of the PS4, and developers hadn't nurtured the or harnessed the power behind the console yet. And yet, despite the fact that this is only 30. The tracks are really nice, the environments are nice, the car models are fantastic, the lighting when darkness starts to fall, and the weather in particular is incredible looking. If I can get a race today where I'm in the rain, you'll see how good the weather effects are, even though the rain did get added at a later date and didn't make a release. And that might be another factor that ultimately led people to kind of like lose faith and lose trust and not give the game a chance, because so many of the key things were missing at launch and the servers being broken. People didn't persevere with it and didn't stick and give it another chance. And it's in my opinion, it's a damn shame I haven't even finished top 2 here, so I haven't even got that 3rd star. One of the things was finish top 2, and I didn't do the drift either, so I might have to do that one again. Didn't have a greatest start, to be fair. So even though the game is essentially dead in terms of DLC and multiplayer, I'm still leveling up, I'm still earning credits, I'm still unlocking vehicles as well, and paint jobs and so forth. Let's do another race. Let's remember that I've got brakes. I mean, I've obviously downloaded this because it's in my library and I own it. Did they give it away on PS Plus anyway? At one point, I think. That was another thing they did, didn't they? Didn't they give a light version of this away on PS Plus? That wasn't essentially the full game as well. And then you could choose. You had an option of buying the full game, which would give you the full experience. I'm sure I recall something like that as well. But ultimately, if I leave this installed on my hard drive, I've got all the cars to unlock, to strive for as a, you know, kind of like an ultimate goal. If I just dip in and out of this every now and again. The AI is quite aggressive and quite good as well, isn't it? So yeah, there's still a lot of vehicles I haven't locked in this game. So I mean, I've proper slapped off, to be honest. I should have had all those vehicles unlocked within on the first day, to be honest, back in 2014. So I'm a bit disgusted with myself. And before I get called out in the comments for getting the release date wrong, I will look that up in a second, because with it being 10-year anniversary, it's got to be 2014 then, hasn't it? Yeah, sure, of course it has. I just can't remember with all the delays whether it was intended to originally come out in 2014 and it didn't quite make it, or whether if it was originally 2013 and it was 2014 after the delays. This is the drift. Oh no, I failed the drift. That was the drift. I've been in the drift zone. So I haven't done the drift bit. I'm not a fan of drifting in any racing game. There you go. See, told you I could race. I'll put my mind to it. So 2 stars I would have got there, I think. Yeah, time of 3:18 or less. Finished top 2. Didn't do the drift. But I'm never really switched on when it comes to drifting stuff. Never that much of a fan. So leveling up. I think you level up the different disciplines, the cars, yourself as well. Then there you go. I've unlocked to BMW M135i. There's paint jobs as well. Paint jobs, badges. You get badges, accolade stickers as well. So go and continue. So that was the Audi Showdown. Right, let's have a look at this one. What's that? Oliver's Landing, is that called? Lap time of 117 or less. Lap time of 120 or 124 or less. So this is a time trial rather than a race against other cars. This is where I've got to complete the course, whether it be a lap, a circuit, or a point-to-point. But I've got to do it in... I would assume with them times there, this is going to be a lap. So I've got to do a lap of 117 or less to get all 3. And it's putting me... Oh, hang on. I thought it was going to give me the choice of the one then. Let's try this new BM that I've just unlocked. I'm not a fan of the custom paint jobs. Always pretty much stuck with default options in this game. I'll go with that one though. I know I'm not a fan, but we'll go with this for a change. Again, you get this little nice presentation of the guy getting in the car, starting the engine. Really, really nice touch. Then you get this flyover of the track. Little montage. Here we go. So it's a rolling start. It'll be a time trial. Ready? Go. So is it a lap? Or is it a point to point? I can't. It might be a point to point. So them ghost cars in front are the cars that I've got to catch to do the times, and as you can see, I'm already lacking in the power. And that ain't gonna help getting off there. They're gonna get a right good head start now. The car in the front is the 117 time. Is it a one shot as well? I can't remember if time. Yeah, no. I think you might get a few 3 laps at it. Or you know, you keep going. I think you keep going. So you can see how difficult this is. I'm having, unless I change car, I'm having difficulty keeping up. I think you get 3 chances, I think. I don't know. We'll do this last lap and see if it stops. Because it give me a prompt there to exit when I finish the event. Nope. Couple of corners catching me out here that I need to get. I need to take a lot better than I am doing. No, so you can just keep going. I can just keep pushing until I beat him. So that corner's catching me out. And now I'm even behind my best time. And this corner's catching me out. So let's try finish event. So I did 2 of the times. I'm on that 3rd one. If I restart, I'm going to continue. Don't really restart in case it puts me in the same car. I'm going to try it in a different car and see if the car makes a difference. I mean, what's the total? Yeah, that's got a better top speed. Let's try this. Don't tell me what car he's doing it, will it? Whatever that fastest time is there. I think that's the closest I've been to him. Oh shit! I think that was my best. I think I was actually in front of him then, because I got no ghost car. I was either in front of him or I was literally right on top of him. Have one more lap. So it pushes you, doesn't it? It's not a pushover, so to speak. The game pushes you to drive better and get better, you know, get good. Oh. That's the closest I've been, right on his back end. I'm gonna have one more lap because I was right on his back end. No! Alright, then we won't have another lap, seeing as I messed it there. I was trying to get as close as I could to that then. Right, let's flick back to here. Start line. See, look at all these events in here. All stars. See, quite a lot of events I've not done. Incredible. But some of these might need cars that I've not unlocked though. That might be the problem. So let's have a look at let's have a look at the Sunset Drive. I've only got the choice of one car. Is this going to be too fast for me? Is this going to give me whiplash as I take off? Oh, because the way that door opens. Another time trial. Oh, come on, grip. I can't remember if I don't think it penalises you for getting off the track. Oof, no, don't like that. Too powerful. I'm going to work my way up to them cars. I'll be interested to try this out on the PS5 Pro to see if it takes any advantage of the game boost that console said to have. I've still got trophies in the game as well, because I've just unlocked a trophy, Midnight Beginner. So let's have a go at... Well, it's going to be too fast as well. I thought because of the picture I was going to be in like a Beetle or something. Right, I'm going to go, just to quickly finish off this video, with a single event. Going to do a race. Do it in Scotland. We'll do this one. Time of day off R5. Time lapse times 30 so that it starts to go dark. It's overcast. We're gonna have rain. I'm gonna show you the rain in this because the rain in this is fantastic, and the lighting as the night falls as well as darkness falls is really nice as well. And then that'll wrap it up for this video. But I had to show that I had to do a second video on this because when I did that kind of impromptu video last night and I decided to upload it, when I was playing it, I could not believe how many events there was still to do in the game. I couldn't believe it. So I'm gonna pick a car. So look at so cars are unlocked, but behind the need to level up as well. And for laughs, you know, for poos and giggles, let's have this for a laugh. Yeah, so I'm slacking a little bit there, and I'm a little bit disgruntled at myself because I've not unlocked all the cars, and I should have had that done on day one. And it's just unacceptable, to be honest. Unacceptable. I need to put the control pad down. I cannot call myself a gamer. In any shape or form if I've not unlocked all them cars on the day of release. Even if it meant staying up until 5 AM. It's just not good enough. Not good enough. Have I not got working wipers on this car? I've got wipers on this car, what the hell? It's going to be a problem when night falls. I'm doing alright so far, but when night falls, it's going to be an issue. I can't see a thing. Why am I racing really fast cars in this little thing as well? Why is it pitting me against what look like supercars almost? Oh, somebody's gone off there. AI got into a spot of bother, what the hell? I'm going to have to try that in a different car. Something with what looks like it's got lights and working wipers would help. I'm not trying a Caterham in them conditions. No, no, no. Trying to. Oh, there we go. The Mini. Hot hatch Mini. Go for the safe bet. There you go, got wipers, yay! In my head now, I've just had a thought in my head that the guy that I was thinking about, who made this game, went on to work for Codemasters, but worked initially for the studio that made the MotorStorm games. That's a thought that just popped into my head. So because he did such a good job with this, because, you know, regardless of the fact that the game ultimately failed, it had got something about it. And I think he got snapped up by Codemasters. But I'm pretty sure he worked for the studio, Evolution Studios. Might even be the same studio that actually made MotorStorm. I'd have to look it up and get them facts checked, but by all means, educate me and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But that's the kind of idea I've got floating in spots into my head at the moment. And Motorstorm, we really need a reboot or a remaster of Motorstorm, don't we? Well, look at the lights on this and the lighting reflecting in the mirrors there as well. Look at the car in front, and then the rain still coming down. Looks incredible. Such a shame. Oh, I've done it, have I? Yeah, look at that! Pipped him at the post. Just got my, I must have got my bumper or number plate just in front of him. Look at the difference, the time difference. Wow. Brilliant. So I know I said I was going to end it on that video. That was going to be my last video to show it off in the rain. But I've just had a thought. I've unlocked it. Look at that, I've unlocked an Aston. There we go. But I'm just going to have a very quick peep at the bikes. And again, look, this has got its own tour as well. So this is got its own, I mean, they never came, obviously, and never will. But it has got the main tour. And again, there's quite a chunk of game there. Quite a bit to get through. And I've done one event on your bike, got 3 stars out of 3 stars. Then I've got 2 out of 3. Not had a go at them. So let's have a go at... So have a look at the KTM. Again, you get the nice little presentation of your rider getting on the bike. Same as you do with your driver getting in the vehicle. Welcome to skill mode. Before... Oh, no. What have I done here? I wanted a race. So perform a cat's action in each of the 3 zones to score points. Complete the event within the time limit. Any time remaining will earn you bonus points. You will score no points if you fail to beat the clock. I wanted a race, not a... I mean, we'll do it. We'll go all in. I tried. So just the wheelie didn't do. I think it was just the wheelie did the stoppie. Yeah, total wheelie. I only needed to do it of 3 seconds, didn't I? And I didn't even manage that. What's a paint job? I obviously didn't read that there when it said KTM skill run. So let's do a custom event. Single event on bikes. Let's do a race. Let's do no, let's not do Scotland. Let's do Japan. Let's do a circuit. Change the time to midday. Let's have it clear. Dry. We'll have it dynamic, see if anything happens. So I've only got the 3 bikes unlocked, KTM, Yamaha and Aprilia. I can't remember if the bike DLC was something they announced or something that took everybody by surprise. Because it kind of just goes to show that they kind of wanted to keep going at it. But they must have got to a point where they had to kind of throw the towel in. I would put dynamic, that's why. That was a point-to-point race as well, isn't it? I forgot. Oh! Oh, wiped out, shit. Right, you had all that room to go around me, you come at me. Oh, what a shame. I almost didn't do bad there, and the bikes, I always find bikes tricky in any racing game. always harder to drive on 2 wheels than 4. And again, leveling up system for the bikes, for your drive, for your own personal self, you drive it, and for the vehicles that you're in, or the club for the brand of vehicle that you're in. And one last thing I'm going to show you before I go off, before I end this video. Is if I, in a minute, when I get round here, I'll get to the bridge. Oi! Here we go, let's go across this bridge now. And then I pause it. Well, if I press the touchpad, I've got photo mode. You've got a photo mode in this game. You can cycle through the cameras, but if you press up on the D-pad, you get like this free cam. And you've got a fully fledged photo mode that launched with the game, which is absolutely brilliant. Look at that. Then if I then go to hide HUD, wait for it to settle down, and there you go, I'll take a snapshot right there. And on that note, guys, I'm going to end the video here. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and hit and click that notification bell so you get notified when I post additional content of any games or live streams that I export across. But I can't get over how much content that I noticed was in this game last night when I fired it up, and I just felt it deserved a second video from me, complete with a little bit of commentary as well, to kind of show you and talk you through what content there was, and to discuss essentially what a shame it was that this game never really succeeded in the way that they intended. And I think some of that has to lay at the feet of Sony, because Sony are sometimes, I think, a little bit too quick to abandon stuff if they don't hit hit the mark right away. They do tend to kind of cut their losses and throw the towel in, as we've seen recently with Concord. Ultimately they made a very, very quick decision on that, but I don't think they had any choice or much choice with what the player base was. We never really saw what the player base was on people playing it on PlayStation or on PS5, but the Steam numbers were dreadful. The Steam numbers at one point were literally, there would have been 5 matches being played in the entire world. So they had to make a very, very harsh and sharp call on that, and they do that. Sony have a tendency to kind of do that when a game doesn't kind of, I suppose, hit their expectations. But what a shame! What a great shame! But for anybody that can, you can't find this on the PlayStation Store anymore because it's delisted. But for anybody that can find a cheap second-hand copy of this on disc, you've got quite a lot of game here to play. I'm assuming that everything that I've shown you will be on the disc version. There might be a slight risk that some of the content that I've got here was launched later. I downloaded it because I own it and it's in my library, so to speak, that I've got it. Be warned that if you get the disc version, there might be some stuff missing. I'm not 100% sure on that. It might be worth you doing some research. But yeah, for any racing fans out there, there's a good chunk of racing to be had with this if you can pick it up cheap, if you do research first. But yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you on that note. Please tune into the next video if you hit that notification bell. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.